Well, hello all. I was super chuffed at how my drill lathe worked. It really worked so nicely. Okay, I haven't bothered to smooth this off because I know it's just a matter of, here is a very rough raspy file that I used to kind of clean it off, but I just needed to keep on going with this for a few minutes. Wow, just put a bit of Vaseline on here, put that into a branch, put this into the drill. So this goes into a branch or a hole in the branch, and you switch it on and it spins, and it cuts out, using the rasp, cuts out grooves, and then you use different grades. You start with very rough sandpaper, then you work your way down to the finer till you've completely smoothed it out. So I'm just so happy and lucky to have survived this video. Let me tell you something, this was the most dangerous video I've ever made, and it's too dangerous for me to even show you how I got this from a log of pine to the basic shape like this. I only show you the part where I clean it. I will just say this. It involved this angle grinder with a saw blade on it. Wow, was that just so dangerous, the way it tried to kick back, and I'm a strong person. I was holding on to it and it was kicking back. My word. So I'm not going to show it in case there's some idiot out there who's going to try what I did, like I'm the biggest idiot there is. So I'm not going to show you how I got it to its basic shape using this angle grinder with a saw blade. Wow, I'll never do that again, I can promise you. Generally speaking, for just cutting branches, this is perfectly safe. It doesn't want to kick back like when you've got it on a lathe. Wow. As I say, I'm just so grateful to be alive. Anyway, I'll show you how we set up our lathe system. Yeah, and otherwise, I just want to talk about how a mind over matter. You know, if you say there's something you don't want to think about, something that just makes you sad, you've lost something, or whatever it is that makes you sad, someone's gone away, someone's died, you've got a huge loss in your life and you just don't want to think about it anymore. I call it mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. And it's part of the series that I've been doing on how the mind of Christ operates. Christ has got such focus. And I know that God and Christ don't dwell on things that are past. They don't rehash their decisions. But this absolute focus on something else and not allowing, I just don't allow myself to think about the thing that makes me sad. So whenever I find my mind drifting off to this great loss of mine, I just pull myself back and say, do something like make this video, or go out into the beautiful sun we had today, or enjoy something, or listen to music or something. But as I say, mind over matter. If you don't mind something, if you don't allow it into your mind, it doesn't matter. So whatever your loss is, whatever's making you sad and depressed, the whole secret is to not allow it to come back into your thoughts. You just got to let it go. I mean, there's certain things you have no control over, and the loss of a person or loss of something that's very important or meaningful to you, yeah, you just got to, it's got to be like it doesn't exist anymore. And and that's what I've been practicing. So wow, it's been an eventful day as far as I say, I'm so chuffed at how well this lathe system worked, but whoa, I'll never do this again. And as I say, it's too dangerous even to show you what I did, how I got this log to its to the various shapes from being a solid chunk of fairly new pine. But I'll put onto this video how we kind of lathed it. So I'm sorry I have to cut certain things out because I'd feel so irresponsible if somebody tried to copy me and hurts himself. So, but I'll show you the way I'll devote a bit of time to how the drill and the lathe system worked, because it worked incredibly well. So one can have a lathe even without any setup, just with an electric drill, and I'll show you that. I brought all this wood home to burn it, but I'm looking at, there's pieces here that are relatively straight, and I'm thinking one could turn them into something quite nice. Like you could get a little length like between there and there. That little piece you could turn. So before I burn all this firewood, I'm going to try and collect as many straight pieces as possible. I think between there and there one could get some straight pieces. That my only problem is I don't have a lathe, but I do have an idea. So let's start cutting out the little pieces that we think we could possibly turn on a lathe. So we are hoping to spin this log on this axle, which is a nail. So if we drill a hole into here on both sides, we will be able to put a nail in and use it as an axle. So let's try that. So the next thing I'm going to do is take a nail and knock it into here. Then I'm going to take another nail plug this in.